Hey everybody and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and over there on the computer is Dawn.
Hello.
I thought you were going to miss that.
Almost.
Today is Small Town Charm October edition. Yay! I'm so excited.
My titles don't work with your flashy background you got going on there.
Oh. Don't care. Don't care. So this one, I am working on the 5x7. The 7x12 is in one hooping. Now, there's a million gazillion ways of how you can put this together. So I'm going to go from old school templates to snowman stickers to projector. We're going to go through the whole thing so it will have something for everyone of how to do this. Now, the first thing is you can merge the two designs and put them in a bigger hoop. That's I call it cheating, but it's not really cheating. You can do that. Feel free. Add everything you want. I do have some surprises for you guys, so just bear with me.
Ooh, surprises. I like surprises.
They're good surprises. I got two, but we're going to talk about the placement because this is what everyone worries about. So this design has to match up. Herein lies the challenge. We want these parts to match up properly. Now you can't line it up with the middle, because that happens and that's not right. So we want it to line up this way. So this is how I start out. Now, Eileen Roche, if you cut the 14x14 square of the background, and she gives you the measurements, but I only have a 12x12, so I'm going to eyeball it. So for being in the middle, I think I want it down a little bit more. Now you can get really picky about this. This is the middle. This is where it's going to start. You can get, really picky about it and measure stuff, but I'm not gonna. You don't really have to. So there we go. So I think that looks pretty good. So for the first one, now if you have your print and stitch, it would be perfect for this. You could just stick it on here. We're going to hoop it and stitch it and then line up the other one and you'll be good to go. So I don't have actually I do have it. I just haven't found it yet because I haven't looked. But it would be really handy to show you guys. You can use any kind of stickers. I'm going to use my snowmen so we can do different things with it. Now I've made the folds in the paper. This is just paper, and so I can see where to place it, and this is basically just marking this, and we're gonna see. I can see, you guys probably can't, but I can see the other line to line it up. So let's make sure it's good. There we go, like that. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It looks a little crooked, but that's okay. So, but don't throw that away. We're going to put this back. Now, if you're having a little trouble with it, look, then I fold it this way. And so I can precision place it. You can use a little bit of tape. And I'm also going to place it, the top one. And then we're going to double check it before we stitch it out. So we want it to match like this. So remember your designs, how they're going, right? So hopefully everyone's with me so far. Donna Branton from Ontario, Canada. Me too.
Me three.
So now I'm just going to do the snowman sticker or whatever kind of placement sticker you have. I mean, it could be a circle with 2 lines in it. It doesn't matter. This is just so we can get the design lined up. I am going to double check this one before we stitch it. So now we got it all set up. So we can remove our templates, even though I stuck it to it. And you can see we're going to have maybe a little extra fabric, so the measurements are 5.5 by 5 kind of. This part is longer. So when we get our hoop out, it's not going to go like this. It's not going to work. So we're going to have to hoop it sideways. So that should just be about right. If you had the 14 by 14, that would look even better, but that's going to fit. That is going to fit. So I have my backing, my stabilizer, and I'm using no-show mesh cutaway. You can use any kind of cutaway. That just happens to be the one I have. The 5x7s, we don't add the batting on it. You can if you want, but add the batting after. So I loosened my hoop, and I'm going to pop it underneath. And we want to try to get this. Now, if you have the metal plastic thingies, the inserts with the grid, that would be helpful. They do not come with my machine. You could also draw ruler lines here so it would match up easier. But because I'm using the snowman, I have a little bit of leeway on it. And we're also going to use the camera and everything like that.
And you have the power of the googly eyes.
The power of the googly eyes. Have some more coffee there, Dono.
I'm out.
Oh, Don needs coffee. There we go. So, okay. It's a pretty good hooping, but you see how I did that? It works. It works. I may have to turn my snowman, but we'll see. So, that's pretty good. And I mean, if you're off a little bit, I'm going to move the design around because we're going to, do different things with it. So this is my background. I've got everything marked. This is my fabric for the haunted house, believe it or not. I think it's going to look fantastic. Sandy, yay! Love watching you Thursday with Eileen. Thank you. It was so much fun. I love chatting with her beforehand, and I'm always like super nervous, but yeah. Okay, so how many minutes has it been, Dawn? A few minutes? Yeah. All right, we're ready for the surprises. Okay, so are you ready, guys? Everyone ready? So this is mine that I finished. Don loves it. He absolutely loves it. Isn't that something?
I love it.
This is my haunted house. It features a holographic moon. Hopefully you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Lots of bats, spider webs, pumpkins, spiders, and some skeletons cheering. Everyone's like, oh, I love it. I love it. So the second surprise is spider web, skeleton, bats, moon, and I think that's it. Oh, fence. There's a fence. Are all available for you guys for free. So you can place your skeletons and everything else wherever you want. So there you go. Now I'm going to tell you how I did the pumpkins and how I did the moon because it's easy.
We have to say thank you to Sandy.
Sandy, oh, thank you. Almost missed that.
Thank you to
And Donna, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So head on over to omlembroidery.com. It's right on the first page. There's no pictures. It's kind of a mystery. And I said in the description, if y'all want to know what's included, watch the video. So I'm hoping everyone who downloads will give the video a like. You switched cameras.
Nope. Nothing to see here.
Oh, stop messing around, Dawn. So, okay, let's talk about the pumpkins, how I did this. There's more than one way of doing it, but I had fabric that had these, decently large pumpkins on it. I put on it's heat and bond on the back, and I cut them out. That's all I did. Now, if you look really closely, you can see that they're not perfectly done. But that's okay. You can see this one isn't perfectly done. You could also put them on your scan and cut it out that way. But I was just sitting here while my machine was stitching this out. and I just cut them out. Then you take the paper off and then you fuse them. So I place them, fuse them, place them, fuse them. And it's a nice way just to add a little more to your block. Now,
Makes it amazing.
yeah, Dawn really likes it. I searched around and I also have this fabric.
You
So
could throw one of those in.
yeah, I think a ghosty or two, like it's awful cute kind of over here to fill in this space. That would be easy enough. Jill, thank you very much. And sit and cut them out or put them in your scan and cut. That's what the scan and cut is absolutely brilliant for. So that is my idea. And freebies for y'all. So a whole pile of stuff for you. So we can have the best Halloween. Now let's talk about the moon. What on earth is the moon made of? The moon is made of iron-on HTV, so heat transfer vinyl. And any kind will do, Cricut, Sizer, and look, it's sparkly and gorgeous. And all you have to do, you do it the same way as a normal applique with fabric, but there's a plastic part that's covering it. It's called a carrier sheet. And then all you have to do is take off the carrier sheet, put it down, it's going to stitch it down, and then you iron it. No steam. And there we go. The moon is made of cheese. Duh. Well, I was almost going to do, this is why I had the green here. I was almost going to do a green moon, but I decided on the
When you
holographic.
brought that up, I was going to say green cheese.
Green cheese. I was gonna. It was tempting, but I didn't. So, yeah, Marilyn Patno, I recognize the burgundy background. I bet you do. It was just perfect for this. And I found burgundy because Eileen Roche did hers in black silhouette with a blue background. And that looks amazing, but I, of course, want to do it differently.
I like your burgundy silhouette.
I like it, and the fabric just screams at me for some reason. Just haunted house. There you go. So, pick your fabric that has, relatively decent size. This is like 2 inches designs. Iron on some backing and cut them out or use your scan and cut. And it's just a way to add elements to it that I think look pretty cool. So again, bat, big bat, small bat, spider web that fits absolutely perfectly in here. Skeletons, they're either scary or cheering. I haven't decided. Skeletons. The fence, which you can put anywhere. I put it on the side because I did it in a big hoop. And then come up with your own creative thing. So this is my design. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just got enough. The house was plain, but, it works. It works. It works. I love the burgundy. Looks like a creepy lightning backdrop. I know, right? Isn't that awesome? That's what I started off with picking the fabric. I had some blue forest fabric that I really liked. However, it kind of had these bats that were this big, and I thought that would be strange. It would look like monster bats. Not that it matters. It could be monster bats in this realm. So, I mean, what the heck, right? Sandy says, I'll be putting on my thinking cap. Mary says, I have glow-in-the-dark fabric. Well, that was another thing, is that you could use glow-in-the-dark for the skeleton. It's just a running stitch that I did. Or the spider web, that would work. Or some of the outlines, like the moon, you could for the outline of the moon. But the other thing is you could, go over these, either sewing or embroidery. You'd have to digitize it, but just so they have a glow around it.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do, so get it all out and try it. I am going to put a couple of ghosties here. The orange won't show, of course, because I'm going to cut that out. But I thought there was one ghost that I thought With sad ghost. Probably this guy. I thought he was really cute. And I could cut out a boo and just make it into a speech bubble. I mean, anything goes. So I will be doing that and just have a ghosty or two coming through. But yeah, a little bit of fabric, a little bit of inspiration, and look what we get.
It's thinking outside the embroidery box.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. And by the way, the web is Kingstar Metallic. And I could have used it on the Skelebones. Actually, I was going to make them gold. I had to really think about it because I thought gold metallic thread for the skeletons would be freaky far out. But I didn't. I just used gray. I didn't want it too flashy. So that is how you make it your own. But for now, go get your designs and like the video. Don't forget that's the payment. Just like the video, so we'll have hopefully 100 people download the free designs, and there'll be the equal amount of likes on it. So, but I thought you guys would really have fun with that. I contemplated like hanging a skeleton from here. I thought that would look really cute, or even here, standing here, but I had the fence in the way. So yeah, awesome. So there you go, Lynn. No pink, but awesome. So I'm going to move that away. Now we're going to get to the one that we're doing. So placement, I've got it, pretty much in the middle of my hoop. Remember that these ones do not line up in the middle. And let's take it to the machine. And this is what we're going to do. It's all about the stitching. I just got to scan and cut, and I haven't used it yet. Oh my goodness. Well, put your backing on the fabric before you do anything, and then you can send it and go, and it'll cut it out. It's easy to set it up. It's I just felt like cutting them out. So okay, so here's our placement. Now, if I had taken just a little more time and hoop this in the middle, I could just go and stitch. But I am a little bit off, so I'm going to go to layout. I didn't think to put a camera here, but you guys can watch it move. So I'm just going to move it so it's in the middle. And that's all you have to do, regardless of what kind of a machine you have. And then look, you just put your needle down. So I'm going to show you guys. This is why we got this. How well can we see? How well can we see?
Awesome.
Okay. So you can see what I'm doing here with the needle. So I'm slightly off. I'm not 100% sure how much that would matter, but that's how you would do it. Now you can do that with any machine. You don't need anything fancy to do it. So this is what Eileen Roche is always talking about. Actually, this is really handy for this. Oh, it doesn't like doing anything with the needle down. So I'm fairly confident that I'm on target here. So I'm going to take my sticker off and struggle because I have so many things in front of me. There we go. I'm going to take my sticker off on this one. And we're going to get stitching this. And the rest of it is we're going to be, matching it up. So that's going to make the difference. So, okay. So that was easy. Now this part is easy. The next part will be using the cameras and stuff to match it up because it's important. So I'm going to have a candy corn castle. I've already named it. Candy corn castle. Which is awesome. So this is our placement. Oh, it's going to do a little bit of the design stitching because remember everything goes in order. So some of the stuff, I probably shouldn't have done it in black, but Some of the stuff needs to go behind the applique, so that's what it's stitching out now.
Thank you, Margie.
Thank you, Margie, for what? Ooh, thank you very much. Much appreciated, you guys. It's a little washed out. I thought this black and gray swirly fabric would look great. Now, the black on the black isn't great, but this is just kind of a demo thing to show you guys how to match it up. That's all we're worried about, because I already did the stitch out, which is awesome. Thank you, Chris Yost. Awesome. Okay. So, now we're going to go back. It still shows up. That's not too bad. We're going to put our fabric down.
Candy corn.
That should be, well, it's my candy corn castle. Make sure we're not playing chicken here. And we're going to stitch it. I do have black going on, so yeah. I should have threaded it with something that you guys could see better, so apologies. See, easy peasy so far. It's going to stitch it down twice, and then we're going to be trimming it out. Now, I may change colors, just so we can really see it. I could either do orange or yellow. So, let me get out of the layout so I can see what I'm doing. Next, we're going to do the satin stitches. But first, let's go back to the desk, Don. Alright, now, I know you guys are going to have a hard time seeing this, so I will just carefully trim it out. Maybe you can see it. I don't know.
I don't see it.
No. Alicia, thank you. Ooh, look at the black cat. I love that. I love that. So trim as close as you can to the line, but we have some lovely satin stitches that are going to go over it, so.
Is the magnifier part of the machine, or did it come as a separate purchase?
Separate purchase. And it was hard to get, but we got one. I don't really need it for the sewing, but I thought it would be super fantastic for videos. And it is, because you guys can see, you know, the precision placement with just pushing down your needle. Makes it easy. So I think my candy corn castle is going to look okay. I think that's good. And I think I am going to make this thing glow. And I'm going to do yellow on the outside. So that's pretty good. So let's go back to the machine. Thank you. And I'm going to change my thread. I could do white, I could do orange, I could do lots. It is a busy pattern, so if you're going to put a lot of the extras in, try to choose something that maybe isn't so busy, because it would be hard to see anything. The windows will show up nicely, but, you know, other than that, no. You can make it your own, make any design. So I'm putting in bright yellow, and that'll make it easier for everyone to see.
Bobbin check?
Yeah, I looked when you flipped the camera to it. So, okay, we're gonna stitch here. This is just the satin stitches to hold it down. And it's gonna look good. So there's only a few steps in this one, which I think is really cool. It looks very washed out and blurry, Don. Yeah. So it's the applique, the outline for the applique, and then the windows. So there's only like, you know, 2 colors in it basically, which I thought is pretty cool. See, the yellow looks good. It's like a glow. It's awesome. I like it. So you can't really see this black. I should have done this in yellow, but I wasn't thinking. Dawn is gonna change the colors. Where did you purchase the magnifier from? I purchased it from our brother dealer, and here in Canada it was expensive. So yeah, 199 sort of thing, but I find that it's handy as well. I find that it's really handy. So what you should do, see how this is puckering here? I would fuse my background fabric to the stabilizer to solve this problem that's going on. Because what it is I'm right on the edge, and I did that on purpose so I could show you guys. Right on the edge, so there's not enough holding it in. You see that right here? And that's what happens, it pulls it. Now you can tape till your heart's content, you can do different things like that, but it's not gonna keep the puckers away. So you need to fuse it together, and then problems are solved. And these are usually really intense designs anyways, but you see how it does it? So what you're supposed to have, this is a bit short too, and this is why I tell you guys in every video, I cut my stabilizer down so you guys can see, but you're not supposed to do it, and this is why. You need like at least an inch all the way, the entire way around your hoop. At least an inch, preferably 2. So you have to make everything a little bit bigger than what you want, because look, I mean, I could just almost pull it out. I was going to as I was hooping it, but I thought I'll show you guys as it's stitching, because I knew it would happen, because there's nothing to hold it down. The fabric only goes just a little past the hoop, so makes sense. So hopefully everyone can see that and understand it, but that is the why I tell everybody. I cut down my stabilizer, you don't. But I also make sure I have enough. See, what happens is the stabilizer stands up like this. Alright, I am going to stitch out the windows, just so we can see for placement. But we're going to move on to the the second part soon. So, yes. We do like the magnifier. If you had to do sewing on the machine, it would be brilliant. Now, I do have just a Brother sewing machine. It's not sewing and embroidery. It's part of the quilting ones. What is it? It is BQ3050, and it doesn't have a place for the magnifier, so I just duct taped it in position. I mean, why not? It works, and that's what I need it for. So I do not. That wouldn't make any difference for this, because it's still not going to hold the fabric, because the fabric doesn't meet the edges. I don't do anything. I don't use pins of any kind at my machine. Just so you know. I just hoop properly. And this wasn't proper. Like I said, I knew what I was doing. But T-pins wouldn't help, so people put them around the edge, and it's going to hold. But tell me what you have on this edge to use. That's right. That's why I did it that way. I could have moved everything up and it would have fit better, but I didn't. Because this is a valid point, and especially when you're doing double hoopings, you got to make sure everything balances. So it takes a few minutes to do, but it's good enough. So hopefully everyone gets that. No, I don't use T-pins, I don't use pins, I don't use tape around the bottom or different slidey things that people use. I just hoop it. I swear, I just hoop everything properly, and it works. I just don't have time to do all that extra stuff. I don't have any problems. This problem here is perfectly solvable. Like, look how nice and flat the other parts are. So you can see directly what the issue is. So, yeah. It's cool. Look, you can really see that pucker now. But I'm going to show you guys when we get back to the desk. I'm just going to use my finger and pull everything out so you can see. Because we are going to do the second hooping now. So I hope you guys have so much fun with this. It's awesome. Are there any questions? Some machines have basting features, but not always reliable. Will the pucker iron out? Nope. Nope. It's going to be a pucker till the end. Basting stitches I don't bother with either. They're basting stitches in quilting, and quilters can, or sewing can correct me if I'm wrong. It's just meant to, you know, keep layers together sort of thing. The stitches are so big because you want to pull them out, but they're not meant to hold anything tightly. So I would, even if I basted it, I would still get that pucker because the forces of the stitching would pull it out. So just so you guys know, that's how it would be. So no, iron, why waste your time doing that? Just hoop it properly. All I had to do was move it up. Okay, so wait, I interrupted myself. I'm gonna stop here. We know how to do the basic stitching, and we are gonna go back to the desk. Don,
We have a question.
okay, yep,
If you do this in a 9.5 by 14, could you do it all in one hooping?
yep. You don't even need that. I did it in an 8 by 12, and I had enough room for everything. So yeah, you can. I call it cheating, but it's kind of fun. So see how that pulled? Now it's not, you were not going to be able to iron that out. It may have helped if I had fused the fabric, but it would really help if I had 2 inches, and then it would be nice and
Extra
flat.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. So
And it's not wasteful because you just use your scraps on some other little project,
Yeah.
like you did cutting out pumpkins or something.
yeah, why not? So let's check our placement. So people who say it was perfect on the computer, but when I stitched it out, there was gaps and everything. Well, this shows you why that happens. There's a lot of physics that are going in and moving your fabric. So that's why I said I'm not 100% convinced that this is placed properly, because there is going to be some movement. And I think I did okay, but it has pulled because this is off a little bit. So I'm gonna have to move it over. So see how that works? And now it's right. But look, it's not very much, but that little bit makes all the difference. So
Is that why you put both snowman stickers on there so we could see it smooth?
yeah, shut up. It's learning. Everyone knows how to stitch satin stitches. It's the learning. So yes, there's a lot of, well, darn it. Stickers are too sticky, man. I guess I'll need a new
I find
one.
they do work good.
Yeah, little too good. So let's do that again. Let's do that again. Now you guys can't see the match-up point, but I can. And that is pretty good. I think I want it down that far. That looks really good.
Thank
So,
you, Marsha.
thank you. Awesome. Have bigger files. Sue is just showing the 5x7. Yes, because I want everyone to get really happy with hooping twice, multiple hoopings. Because it's not that hard. You can do it with any machine, no matter your tech. I am going to show you guys my tech that I have with the Luminaire that makes this a breeze. And we'll also do the camera. But we're going from old school to, you know, high-tech stuff. So there's something for everyone. Now, if you had the print and stitch, stickers that you print this out, you would just place it, hoop it, and go and set it up. But we're going to do it this way. So we're going to do it exactly how we did before, but we're moving it over a teeny tiny amount. And I just lightly place the sticker, and then I'm going to double check everything and see how that works. Yeah, I got the angle a little bit wrong there. Yeah, a little bit wrong. Well, that's okay. I haven't pushed the sticker down. That's what is key. So I like that. Let's try it again.
Judy Quilt popped in for a few minutes. Say hi.
Hi, Judy Quilt. Judy Quilt, did you see what I did? We'll have to... I'm waiting for an answer like she's going to answer. That's kind of funny. We'll have to show Judy Quilt. Okay, so we've got that going on. And Judy Quilt, here is mine that I did. So hopefully you like that. And lots of free stuff in there. So you'll just have to go back. So, okay, now we've got it puckered and whatever, but let's hoop it. And we're going to do the second part. So when you're hooping, loosen the hoop and make sure everything fits. And this is basically what it's going to look like. Now, if you have your grids, I guess on this one I can. I don't know if this is going to show up. No, you guys can't see that. How about some chalk? I just want to show you this method with a ruler. So I have a chalk pencil. You guys have seen me use this before. So this works with any machine, the way I'm doing it here. So all I'm going to do is extend the line from the placement. So I'm going to do it that way. And you guessed it, I'm going to do it that way. And...
You can see that perfectly.
Yeah, I have white. So now when you're hooping, I'm just going to make this just a smidgen longer. Now when you're hooping and you don't have the grid like me, you'll be able to line it up with the marks on your hoop. So that's easy enough. You don't need an expensive machine for that, but see how that works?
Nice.
Yeah, that makes it a whole lot easier. So I find my hoop kind of direction and figure it out. You can take a few minutes to hoop if you want. So that's a little bit crooked there. So I'm just going to pull the bottom edge. And it's a little bit over this way, and I should be able to hoop it. So, I mean, that's not hard to do. I'm still a little bit off, but I'll show you how we can do it. Give it a good push. That's okay. So what you can do is loosen it, move stuff around, but I'm going to use different technology to make it fit. So just take your time on this part and line it up. Again, I'm a little bit off, but that's okay. We're gonna use different tech. So hopefully everyone understands that. We're gonna go from old tech right over to new tech. So back to the machine, Dawn. And I may turn the camera so they can see what I'm doing on here.
Yeah,
It should work. So let's go delete. Excuse me.
We can pop up Sucam when you do that if you want.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so I want the top part, and again, it's going to be sideways. We know that. So,
No. Just go ahead and do it.
well, I have to see. Dawn, you have to put it up in the preview for me. Is that pretty good? Just bear with us for a second. Should be able to see it. How cool is that? Yeah. Can they see it? Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of ways we can do this. Now we could go old school and line it up. Now I know I hooped it slightly crooked. Or we could go into embroidery mode and we can use the tools that we have. So the first one is we're gonna scan. And, oh, this is one I was doing. How fun is that? Okay, so, and it's gonna scan the snowman because the snowman's there. I probably should have taken it off. So you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. It was just a last minute decision to change it. I just turned the camera. So it's scanning it. So we can, it's hard to see. It's really hard for you guys to see. It's hard for me to see. Why did I use a black background for everything? Why? Why?
Well,
But I can see it. You can also zoom in. So, but this is just one way of how you can set it up. That's another way. So McDreamy had a scan. I used it all the time. It's fantastic. Now, let's see. I'm going to turn the camera back slowly. Slowly. Are we good?
yeah, I think so.
Just have to zoom in a little bit. Just for fun. So the other thing we can do, let's do it the old-fashioned way, is right here, and then I'm going to go to layout, and I'm going to go to move, and I'm going to move it so it fits right in the middle. Easy enough. We can also scan the snowman. We have to put the needle up. It does not like working with the needle down. We can scan the snowman, and it should work. I think because I had trouble with this the other day. I needed more light. It should recognize it. So the snowman is set up, and what it does is it's going to tilt it around to make it fit. It's pretty cool, actually. That's the... Now, if your machine didn't come with snowman stickers, your machine can't read it. They're not magical things. But watch what it does. There we go. Perfect! So, that's okay. That works. Now, we can really go high-tech, and I'm going to remove this. So, hopefully everyone's getting it. I'm not necessarily going to stitch this all out. But everyone's getting how to do this. Now, my high tech, I'm going to put you guys in the dark for a minute. Page 4. And I'm going to turn off the light. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the high techness.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared, dear. It shall be okay. So, look at that. How cool is that? Now this camera picks it up a lot better than the other one. So look, this is the fun of it. Look at that. That is really cool. That shows up better than I thought it would. So this is how we can realign everything and make sure it fits. So I can see it's a little bit off. So I can move it, which is really cool. Look how I move it. Now, how well can you guys see it?
I can see it really good.
Can you zoom in?
I can do the zoom in.
Yes, you could see it. That's the best view we've had. Oh, I'm so excited. That's really cool. So all I'm doing is just moving it over, back a little bit, so I get my stuff lined up. So from high tech to low tech, we match it up. And it's awesome. I think it's really cool that we can see. I was gonna say because the black wasn't gonna show up, but that shows up spectacularly well. So see how that's working? That's the one there. That's pretty good. So let's move it. That looks pretty good too. Might be a little crooked, but you know what? It's a haunted house. I'm okay with that. Let's see if we can, You can also...
Eileen said that too. She said it was okay if it's a little crooked.
Well, yeah, it works perfectly. It might be. I tried to rotate it and it flipped it, so that means there's no room in the hoop. Come on. So isn't that fascinating, Don?
Very nice. I like it.
I'm really happy that you guys... Oh, look at the close-up. Okay, isn't that cool? Great view. I am thrilled. So this is the new camera we bought, and you can still see some of the colors fading through, but you can...
It's scanning better. Yeah.
You can clearly see that, and that's what we wanted. I'm so happy, Don. I'm so happy.
Yeah, that was worth the camera.
Yeah, it was absolutely worth the camera. So we'll be able to do more of that. So I'm excited. So let's go back. Page 4. Turn on the light so you guys can see. Page 4. I almost missed it. Bright lights. And we are going to stitch out the placement. It's going to stitch out some things first, so we can let it do it. I've got yellow on so you guys can see. So it's going to stitch the kitty cat, and then we're going to do placement. So does anyone have any questions about what I just did? Because I did do a lot of things, and hopefully it didn't get confusing, the things that I did. Because I did something for everyone, sort of thing. So let me look here while we're stitching. What are we chatting about? I think I will be doing this on Captain Jack. Yeah, Lynn? Yeah, for sure. We will work on something really cool. Maybe something from the Bella box for Lynn to work on. Maybe next Saturday. I'll talk to her. Great view. Spooky haunted equals crooked. Yes, for sure. I'm really happy that you guys could see that well. That was the best. And I assumed black on black wouldn't work, so... Allison says, Sue, you are so calm, cool, and collected. Yep, you have to be calm. No point in panicking. We got that in Learn with Lynn. She does it herself now. You hear a noise, you stop, and then think. And it really works. It makes it easier. There's no point being upset. If I do get frustrated or upset, which I sometimes do, I just walk away. I miss learning with Lynn so very much. Well, she was on last week, so we'll have her on. I want to change places with Lynn. I want to come and play with Captain Jack. Not to meet me or anything, to play with Captain Jack. That's okay. I don't blame ya. It's pretty cool. I gave Lynn a rundown of it, and she was like, oh my god. I'm like, yeah. It's fun, though. I really like it. Ooh, so I matched it up perfectly. So when you can see, we haven't been able to show you really clearly about the projector, but you can match it up to the running stitch, which is super cool that you can do that. Like if you're doing quilting or whatever, it's awesome. I'm really happy how that showed up. Yes. She can learn. Well, see, her machine's limited, the 5x7. So maybe we could learn with Lynn on the Luminaire.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I get a playbook soon. So.
I called yesterday.
And?
It hasn't been released yet. We're currently working on their marketing strategy with the dealers, so it should be coming out shortly.
Karina, sorry Sue, I want to meet you and Dawn too, and then play with the machine. Yes, awesome, I know. Can you tell me how you connected the camera? What camera? The camera that we're using to film? That's a long story.
It's or the camera that's built in the machine.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just there. That's why I said, what do you mean? So, okay, the yellow doesn't look the greatest, but I think playbooks should come with the machine. I'm gonna agree wholeheartedly, because the playbooks are a little bit pricey, but I've never bought one, so I'd like to see what it has to offer, and maybe we can work through it with Lynn. So learn with Lynn with the Luminaire, only if Lynn wants to, of course. Elizabeth Bray, I want to meet Sue and Dawn and then browse in the fabric room. Oh man, the fabric room is fabric everywhere. It's a little crazy. In here, we're still working on stuff. Why are the hounds up?
I don't know, they all went out.
Even the little hound?
Go lay down, hounds.
I know, right?
Go lay down.
Okay, so these are the details that need to be stitched first. And if you can't see this yellow, good lord.
Oh, we can see the yellow.
This is all about the hooping. So, yep, you can see the yellow. So, if I was really clever and had time, I would seriously match these up, because I think it would look cool, but I don't actually care right now, so let's stitch it down. So,
Come up pretty close anyway.
probably. Like my Running Man spider. That one was awesome. I'm pretty sure we're pretty good on this. So lots of ways to do the double hooping. Lynn specifically has not done a double hooping. Did everything I say make sense to you, Lynn? Hopefully she says yes. And, okay, that's stitched down. Dawn, back to the desk.
Desk is up.
See, I think making a bigger design out of two smaller ones, I think it's kind of fun. Especially when you have, you know, easy things like the projector. I think it's cool. I think what they need to do, though, is make the lights turn off anytime you use the projector. Because it makes a big, huge difference. And I don't mean the house lights. I mean the machine lights. It makes a huge difference. There's also different settings, so I could have checked that out. Alright, well, it doesn't match up, Dawn, just so you know. However...
Your fabric? No. But it still looks really good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why not? Now,
Candy Corn Castle.
you guys can't see, but this matches perfectly.
You can pretty much see.
100% perfectly. How about I chalk it? Then you can see.
No, but it's a little fuzzy, but we'll zoom in.
There, I just chalked the stitches so you can see it matched up perfectly using the camera. So now all we have are stitches. Lynn says, yes, it makes sense on your machine. Okay, but does it make sense on your machine, Lynn? What I was asking. So with the placement, the paper templates like this, doing it and marking it and then marking these lines, that's how you would do it on yours. So I want to make sure it makes sense. It's easy to do with the projector, I mean, or the camera. You just set it up. But if you're doing it old school, Lynn has an older machine. Y'all know you're getting me in trouble. I'm supposed to be sewing polos and I'm glued to the show. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
You're welcome.
How cute would this design be on a simple bag for trick-or-treat? Yeah, I know. It would be perfect. And it's a super easy design. So you can do it like this, or you can spend time and do it like this. Either way.
Just leave that in the picture.
Why?
I like it.
I don't
I'm
really.
going to frame that and put it in my office.
Oh, but what about my Suville quilt?
Stitch yourself another one.
Oh, bite me. No way, man. So yeah, the point of this, it makes sense to me. It's just a little wonky trying to get it lined up. You just have to take your time on it. Templates are your friend, and marking is your friend. So see, you can see how, you know, exact this is with the lines extended. But you can see how exact this works. And I've already kind of like messed up my chalk lines. It's supposed to go like that. I held it wrong. But you see how that works?
And you take your time hooping it so that your lines line up with your grid marks on your...
Yeah. And then but print these out and do it this way. Or print and stick or something like that. And you can do it on any machine. I love the pumpkins. I love your batik. Yes, I know. I know everyone gets busy. So that is how you double hoop it. This is how you make it awesome. So remember, go over to omlembroidery.com and it's a one zip file, and you get the skeleton, big bat, small bat, moon, spider web that fits perfectly in here. I thought it was cool hanging off the window, and the fence. And then you can add your own pumpkins or ghosties using the technique that I showed you guys just with scissors. You don't need any tech for that either. Someone just said a ghost would look good dancing in the yard. I got one of these ghosts to do. But I have so many other prints. Like I have ones that are bones that you could cut out and put them on there, and I just fuse it on. It's not going anywhere. So get your freebies, have a look at your fabric, decorate it, decorate everything, and do the 2 placements and whatever works for you. Old machine to new machine, I covered everything, and you can do it. You can do it. Just take your time. Breathe. This is a really fast and simple design, so you can, play around with it. This is a good one to learn off of. And, yeah, get her done. So, okay, a witch on a broom flying by. Your finished house is beautiful. Thank you. It was fun. Can you scan the pumpkins and make the machine to do an applique around them? Yes, you can. That's part of the design thing that you can do. So kind of scan it. It does a lot. It's kind of, I think the design center's pretty awesome, but I find it kind of, I don't know what the word is, kind of illogical to do. Like there's a lot of steps to do something because it's not a computer and it's not digitizing software. So my brain doesn't think that way at all. So yeah, I hope to see you guys brag about your double hooping, your 2 hooping. I want to see your guys' work. Remember, if it's crooked, who cares, right? Who cares? Just do it and do your double hooping, whichever way works for your machine. You can do it on any machine. Any machine, 5x7 hoop, any machine. And if you don't have snowman stickers, then just use placement stickers. It's super easy. So, yes, make sure... Oh, Jennifer, thank you. Make sure you post yours in the group. Let's wow Eileen Roche. You got to put the hashtag dimesewalong. So the group is OML Embroidery University. And let's rock it out. I'm going to take a picture of mine and put it up. I'm going to do some ghosties first. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to get your freebies. And happy sewing and have fun with this one. I'll see all you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye, everyone.